Hello everyone, Joanne with StampingInTheValley.com and welcome to my craft room. It's an absolutely gorgeous day outside, so I thought that I would play with the Good Morning Magnolia set. It's finally not raining here for a day in Tennessee, and I plan on getting outside this afternoon. So first though, with all the pretty weather, I thought of flowers, and the first thing I went to was my Good Morning Magnolia bundle. So let's talk about this in just a moment. Remember, if you order from me, here are the 2 free card kits for the month of June. Just place an online order at stampinginthevalley.com and I will send you these 2 free card kits. Very simple. That's my first special. The second special is my Happy Crafting Card Kit class. There's a link below explaining everything to you. These are the sets for this month of June. You get 2 of each, so you get 8 sets of cards to make with envelopes. So you get 8 envelopes. These are the cards for this month. And you get 2 of each. It's $25 free shipping. And just email me at joannemaddie@outlook.com and I will send you a PayPal invoice. I take a personal check or a money order. The only thing with the personal check is that it has to clear the bank, and then I send you everything. You also receive an exclusive video to your email that is not shown on my YouTube channel or my Facebook page. Remember, on Sundays, I do Facebook Live at 8 o'clock, and there is always a giveaway on my Facebook Live at 8 o'clock. There are links below to everything, and I would surely appreciate you stopping by or watching the replay on my Facebook Live that I do on Sunday. So let's go on with this card. Oh, also remember, if you're a new customer of mine, I will be sending you a brand new catalog with your first order, along with the 2 free card kits. The Magnolia bundle is on page 36 and 37. It is absolutely one of the most gorgeous sets I've ever seen, and I wanted to make this flower right here. It's on the front cover. So this is what I came up with, and I think I did a pretty decent job at it. So we are just going to dive in because I've got everything ready. I'm not even going to stop, and we are just going to dive in and make this. So I thought about flowers, and I thought about my house's brick, and I used the terracotta tile, a new in color. I used our paper there, and I ran it through the brick embossing folder, and I made sure that my brick was going this way. All right? So that's nice. And here's what I did with the inside. I love that hello. And as you can see, I am all about now these stitched nestle in layered dies. Let me show these to you guys. If you haven't seen them, I know you've seen many demonstrators use them. What a fantastic set. I love the stitching that's around. I happen to love anything stitched, but what fantastic elements here, and layering elements. I love to layer my tags, and that's one thing with a punch. I've had a hard time layering them. A lot of times I'll put them on an oval or a round then framelit, you know, to layer it up. But these are already layered for you. They're nested. I love that. But look at that beautiful stitching, and there's embossing with it too. Let me hold that up real close. Let that camera focus. Isn't that pretty? Those are really great. They come with this. You could get it with the bundle in the stamp set. I didn't particularly. I'm not a bird person, so I didn't really like that stamp set that much. It wasn't something that I was just going to order, so I just got the dies. So, but here is what I did with this. So much fun with the Good Morning Magnolia. It is a double stamp set, and if you saw me use the belly band last week with this image right here, because there are framelits to that. Let's take a look at all of that while we're looking at things before we get into creating. I want to show you all of these. Look at this huge die for that Magnolia. Other flowers, large and small, and I use those today. You want to use these 3 for the Magnolia. These 3 are the Magnolia. This is an edgelet. I can't wait to use that. Here is the stamp or the die that cuts out the leaf that you stamp. This leaf right here that you stamp, this die cuts it out. Then you get 2 big ones, 2 big leaves, and 2 smaller ones. There's that. And then these are some of the flowers that are in that you can cut out also. I don't know. I don't think. These are just flowers that you can cut out. How much fun is that? Here is this flower right here. And I believe this one fits this flower right here. That magnolia. So that's a lot of fun. Just wonderful. Just beautiful. A fantastic set. There's a lot to it. So you can get extremely creative with this. And I believe that this stamp right here that we're going to use in a moment will also pair up with that edgelet that's in there to like stamp it and then cut below it and stamp it on top of it. I think it would look fantastic. Probably something I need to get to. I'm also using my blends, the light Daffodil Delight and the dark Crumb Cake. I'll be using some Tombow, some dimensionals, glue dots, and just a couple of rhinestones. Okay? Nice. So here's what I did with the inside. I happen to love that. Enjoy today. Always enjoy today, or at least try to, right? The ink we're going to be using is Old Olive and Terracotta Tile, a brand new ink color. And like I said, this piece right here that I embossed with the brick is the Terracotta Tile. Over on my website at stampinginthevalley.com, there's going to be a list of everything that I've used here, numbers and prices. There'll be pictures and everything over there. I usually get that up by the end of the weekend. Okay, so let's talk about this card. I always use a thick Whisper white card base, and this one is 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. My first layer, that's Terracotta Tile, is 5 1/4 by 4, and embossed with the new brick embossing folder. Just adorable, really cute. And again, this is cut out with those wonderful nested, nested label dies. Just love that. Okay, so let's move this aside and bring our kit in here. So like if I was going to be doing a card class, this is the way the kit would come. I would not stamp though. For them, I would let them stamp and cut it out. I would probably let them also cut out these elements. Like I would have a piece of Whisper White with the edge, with the framelits for them to cut out all of this. I would have a piece of Daffodil Delight and a piece of Old Olive, and and to cut everything out. I wouldn't do all the cutting if you were doing a card class. Okay, so, and I would have a piece of Terracotta Tile in the kit, cut at 5 1/4 by 4, but I would not emboss it. I would let them emboss it. So that's a good little tip. If you guys are doing card classes, you can go ahead and cut things, but let your customers go ahead in there and use, let them use the Big Shot. Let them use, a cutter. Let them use, they like to be interactive. People love to interact. So the more that you could get them to interact, the better. So like I say, you don't have to do all this cutting if you are doing like an in-home card class. Okay, so we'll put all these things aside. Let's work with our base first. Because we are working with a very large stamp here, the Stamparatus would be fantastic for this, but I'm just going to, I'm going to wing it. So again, this is 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. It opens like that. I'm going to put this down here, and I'm going to use my Terracotta Tile. So I'm just going to put my stamp pad there to hold it. So here we're going to open this beautiful color up. And the first thing I'm going to do is use my large stamp. I'm going to ink it up. It is just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I'm going to push that up a little bit. And I'm going to stamp it right here at the bottom. And I'm just going to push my hand across it. And it is a perfect image, even without the Stamparatus. But like if you were doing multiples of these, I would definitely use the Stamparatus. Now we want to go ahead and put this on the top, same way. Let's hope I'm straight. I'm behind the camera. Here we go. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. And then I'm going to do the Enjoy Today in the middle. And I'm going to be very happy with the inside of this card. That's a little crooked. That will bother me. We'll fix it later. I'll probably put like a little, that really bothers me, right? Wouldn't it bother you? Now we'll have to stop. Okay, back again. I cut another base. So let's do this again. It happens. Things get crooked. What I will do to fix that actually is make a base for it inside the card, stamp the sentiment, and then glue it on. But I will save that base. I always try to save. Okay, let's do this outline again. Nice. And we'll do the best we can. When something like that in the middle gets that crooked, I can't do it. A little OCD about that. Which again is why I should have the Stamparatus in here, right? Just like that. Oh, that comes out beautiful. All right. Now, if we are straight here, let me go that way. Okay, beautiful. Perfect. Love it. Glad I went away for just a second and cut another base. All right, let's close this ink up because we will not be inking anymore. Well, except for our envelope. Let's just do that. And while we're at it, and I'm just going to take my beautiful medium Whisper White envelope. Again, everything's listed over on my website. I would love for you to visit my website. And I'm just going to take 2 leaves. I like that one. That way it's whimsical. Looks like it's flying in the air, right? And that's in Old Olive. So I'm using terracotta tile and Old Olive today. So we'll move this out of the way. And we'll bring our card base back in. And now we can go ahead and glue our brick. So it has a deboss side and an emboss side. See how those are recessed? And then these are raised. I'm using the raised side toward me today. You can use whatever side you like. When you use embossing, use a liquid glue. I love the Tombow multi-purpose liquid glue. Make sure you get to the edges. And then I just kind of fill in the middle. That's plenty, absolutely plenty. This is cut at 5 1/4 by 4, so we're going to have that nice, beautiful white border to frame it out. So nice. Now I've already cut my leaves and my flowers. We're just going to put them together, and I use glue dots with this. Let me move this. Actually, let's go ahead and put our hello on. We can put that on with our dimensionals right here. I'm just using 2 of the regular size. And it's nice to have the brick because you can line this up to get it straight. Love that. Perfect. We're going to move this aside. Now, let me get these stamps away from me with all the ink on it because that could be a disaster. Close up my Tombow. All right. We're in business. Now we're going to bring in our little yellow flowers here. And just like in the catalog, I saw a little brownness in the inside. Let me show this to you from the outside of the book. Right here, right there. So I just took my crumb cake blend on the brush tip and I colored every one of these in the center and then just out on this, almost looks like sunshine, right? The center of the flower actually, just like that. So we're going to color all 4 like that. They don't have to be perfect. I wanted to show you one thing on here before we color the next one. If you, let's see, can I get that up there? Okay, let it focus. Do you see a little raised area on, you can see it right there, on that part of the flower? That is what I'm coloring with the blends. That's as far up as I'm going with the blends. And I mean, I am barely touching it, letting the alcohol marker just bleed into the color card stock. Just like that. And then just color the center just to make sure you have it solid. We'll do it one more time. And then I just color the center up just like that. Perfect. Now, what we want to do is, I'm going to move these aside. We're going to bring our leaves in and we're going to make our little element here. We need 2 of them. And we're going to use some glue dots. This is the way our glue dots come. You see me use the ones all the time with the paper back, but we're going to use a lot of glue dots here, so this is the easiest way to do this. You're going to take a large leaf and a small leaf and one that you have stamped and cut out with the Big Shot. You're going to put a glue dot on the large leaf. Then you're going to take the smaller leaf, and whichever way that you want them to angle, it doesn't matter. If you want them to come out this way, whichever way. So I'm going to go right here. And you want it kind of almost in an A shape, you know, a fat little A. Then we're going to get this one that you've stamped and put a glue dot on that, on the back of it, okay? And you're going to place this in the center. Perfect. And then you're going to pick this up and put a glue dot on the back of the 3 of them right there. And hold that off to the side. So let's do that again. The large one with a glue dot, the smaller shape, leaf, kind of like in a squatty little fat little A shape, up and down. And then this leaf that we have stamped and cut out also. Of course, I did my prep before we did the video right there. Or before I did the video. There's no we here, it's just me. So, and then a glue dot on the back there where they come together. Just like that, and put that to the side. All right. Now we're going to bring our flowers in and we're going to color those. This also has a little bit of like a very light embossed area on that leaf. Let me see. You can see it right there. See that light embossing right there? Isn't that nice? Okay, so we're going to take our light Daffodil Delight and we're going to color the center and halfway out, almost halfway out, maybe a little less than halfway, all right, on each of these petals. And this is the one that's embossed. This will be the last one that goes on. You don't need to color the bottom one, just leave it white because it's going to be covered up. So I just come out halfway like that. And now this the same thing. And this one I want you to come all the way to the halfway point of the petal. And I'm not doing anything special with anything here. I am just laying down some color. That's it. No shading, no nothing. Right here. All right, beautiful. Let's go ahead and color the other one while we've got our pen out and open. Doesn't take a second, of course. Do that. So we'll do that again, kind of almost to the halfway point, but not quite, on the upper one that has the embossed parts on it. And if you go a little bit further out, there's no big deal. It's still going to look great, I promise. Now this one to the halfway point of that petal. And you can use any color you want. I decided to use the yellow. I've seen these flowers in purples and blues, and I really plan on doing a lot with color with this magnolia, because it's just not... You can do any color you want, and I think they're all gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. All right, so we have that done. Now we'll go ahead and use glue dots again. We're going to take a glue dot and place it in the middle of the biggest, fattest little leaves, right here in the middle. And then we're going to take these, let me get my tweezers here. This larger, see how this one, the leaves are larger, they're a little thicker, and we're going to place that right here in the center, alternating where your spaces are to fill them. Now I'm just going to go ahead and take this glue dot and place it in the middle of this, and then I'm going to put this on top of that, and again in the spaces, okay, in the spaces to fill it up. So this is how your flower should look, nice and flat, just like that. Now, very simple. Let's get 2 of these. We get a large one and a small one. And again, we'll use a glue dot. And I'm going to place it in the center here and put the smallest one on top, trying to alternate this also, so that the smallest one is like in the, almost in the middle of the others. Okay, just to give it a little depth there. This is going to go on here with a glue dot. And if you don't have glue dots, you could use Tombow. Just put that right there. Now we have a flat flower. We're not going to in just a moment. Let's put this one together so you see the process again. Just pick up a glue dot, however you want to do it. Go right to the spool or pick it up with an instrument and put the center one in, filling in your spaces. Always alternating, always alternating. Right here. And then there. See how that filled in all those spaces around there. And now bring these little guys in. Put a glue dot. I put a glue dot on the larger one first. You could put it on the back of this. It does not matter. No rhyme or reason to that. No real big secret on placement on that. And again, either way you want to do this, in the center of the flower or on the little middle here. And we'll put that right there. Beautiful. That came together so fast. Now you want to take a bone folder, or you can even use a pencil. And now we're going to make some depth to these flowers. You're just going to roll this paper, the entire flower. Roll it around your bone folder. And even, look at that. Did that not give that just a little bit of depth? I've even seen people like roll the tips out. I think that's just too much folding. I kind of like them just rolled up myself, but you could do it any way you want, whatever you're good at. Look at that. Isn't that cute? That just makes that flower from this little flat flower. Let's look at the 2 of them together. The flat flower and then the rolled up flower. It's just that little bit adds so much to the look of this flower. I am amazed. Absolutely amazed. Hey, I forgot to say at the beginning of the video, I keep saying it all day, the paper share is mailed out. The paper share, if you have ordered a paper share from me, it's the largest one I've ever done. It is mailed out. So you guys should be getting everything next week. I hope you enjoy everything. If you are a new paper share customer of mine, I included a brand new catalog. There we go. There's our 2 flowers. Aren't they gorgeous? Now we're going to turn those upside down. And we're going to put 2 dimensionals on these. And you could just keep rolling these as much or as little as you want. And that. I have the window open. If you hear the birds, I have the window open. The craft room, it's just beautiful out. Okay. Now we have our hello down here. We want to put a flower up here, but first we want to orientate this, these leaves. So what I do, because I'm not a measurer, I'm just going to pick up a flower and be like, okay, I want that there, I want that there, we're good. I don't want this to come off of the white of this card, or it won't fit in the envelope. See, I'm right to the edge. You can even just go to the edge of the brick. Does not matter. Whoop. I stuck my flower on my craft mat. All right, and then this flower here. Same thing down here. We're almost done with this card now. Fun with Home with Magnolia. Or what is it? Good Morning Magnolia, Home with Magnolia. I'm thinking of Joanna Gaines and Magnolia Farms and Fixer Upper because she's all about magnolias, and I think they are a beautiful flower. Now I'm going to place this right here because I'm on the brick, and then I'm going to take my flower and just place it there. And there's, look how beautiful, what that came together so lovely. Now it's cute. I always have to add just a little bit, just a little something, something. And I want the medium rhinestones right here in the middle. I'm a rhinestone person. I just think it just adds that itty bitty, hey, here I am to the card. Let's see here. Place that one back in there. I didn't need that one. Here is our card for today. Thank you so much for being with me on my YouTube channel. Remember to check out my Facebook Live at 8 o'clock on Sunday evenings, and we do a giveaway. Here we are with the Good Morning Magnolia bundle. Look at this beautiful bundle. Magnolia dies, 2 stamp sets, beautiful sentiments, this gorgeous big magnolia here. You watched me color it last week. Absolutely so much fun. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks again for watching. Please go to stampinginthevalley.com, click on the big blue button, order any and all of your Stampin' Up! Products. Happy crafting!